We're just a stone's throw from the Delaware River, and we've got some water to contend with ourselves. A steady rain falling at Lincoln Financial Field. Today it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Sentinels of Melbourne taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. It's 3-0 versus 2-1, a good early season battle as we're underway in week 4. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Now a man picked up on draft night this year, DeAndre Swift. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 31 yards there and a first down.
And that's definitely the way to get things started. That's the way it was drawn up in the locker room, in pregame, and everything. And they got it done right away, running the ball for a big game.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. The Eagles had 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they move back above 500 with a victory last week.
And you look at their start, a win, a loss, then a win. This might be something we see from them a lot this year, because when they're at their best, they can play with anybody. But bringing their best every week, that's been a challenge thus far.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Throwing is Hurts. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. When you look at this defense, they were terrific last week against Buffalo in that victory.
Anytime you can hold a team to less than 10 points, your expectation of winning that game is sky high. In fact, you'd absolutely be stunned to come away with a loss.
Here's Hurts to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain of 22. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Here's 2nd and 10. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 51 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Well, they've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Swift is into the end zone for an Eagle touchdown. First quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
is off the left upright. It's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham. You look at this Eagle defense. This unit, very tough to throw against. Currently second best in the NFL.
And this unit knows exactly where they rank. They're number 2 against the pass in the NFL. You know they have their sights set on being number 1, looking for a big game today.
Here's Howell to throw on second down. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. And sack courtesy of the effort of the side.
Another nice play by sometimes a position change is exactly what a player needs. Totally reinvented as an edge rusher instead of playing linebacker. Second in the NFL with 16 sacks in his first season with the Eagles in 2022.
Now third down and very long. Third and long. Here's Howell. That is incomplete.
It's obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And taken at the 46. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. Hurts sets up to throw it. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. They get 7 there in the screen, and it'll set up a 3rd down. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
Yeah, they held them completely out of the end zone, just held them to a field goal. So they're not just hoping for a repeat here. They're hoping to do it even better. A shutout is their goal.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Well, they opted not to run it. They completed the pass on 3rd and 2, but they lost yardage to bring up 4.
Well, give credit to the guys on the other side of the ball. They snuffed out the play. But it does bring into question, 1, the play call, because they didn't run the ball there. They could have run it. And 2, just not getting it. That's got to be deflating for them.
The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll try it now with Swift. And the broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Hurts. Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 6-0 our score after one. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Swift going to try up the middle. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run here with Swift. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 74 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that they don't start to slow him down. It's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Here's 2nd and 3. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. So the completion gets him just a yard. And now it's 3rd and 3.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
On 3rd down, here comes Swift. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll bring up 4th down.
But forget knowing where the 1st down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll look to throw. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They're going to look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Stonewalled on 2nd down. Now let's see what they can do on 3rd and goal from the 2. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. Touchdown, Eagles. Devontae Smith, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. This time, the extra point. Now stands at 13. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From his end zone is Byron Pringle. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Back to throw, Howell. Open man is the tight end, John Bates. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Powell. That one complete downfield to Thomas. And they rattle off a big one. 47 yards.
Let's just call it as we just saw it right there. A breakdown defensively. Seems like no one went with the tight end, and no one really did. Had all sorts of space in the middle of the field. Yeah, everyone else was covered, but he was not. Big play results.
Off play action. It's Howell. Rolling to his right. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Bates. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite. They'll get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
They did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there. In this game, so far, he's been denied.
Gibson. And Gibson looking for some kind of opening, but he has nothing. To stop him short of the marker. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Sly able to put this one through. And that will do it for this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. From the end zone, here's Pringle. And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. One of the linebackers has got it. And they will set up shop with outstanding field position in the red zone at the 17-yard line. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Hurts. They'll roll him out right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. On 2nd down, Swift. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 95 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Well, we know it's a tough mission for this defense to hold him to a field goal after that long kick return, but they're one play away from doing it.
They certainly are very close to accomplishing what they needed to get done because they've treated this like a sudden change. You know, when the offense turns the ball over on a fumble or an interception, before you go out, you get together as a defense and go, sudden change, keep your poise, be ready to go. That's exactly what this group has done.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
Once again, it's Swift. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll run with Swift. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. We've now seen 3 consecutive 1-yard gains, and it brings up 4th down. He handed it off there, but I don't really know if he would have kept it or tried to do anything else if it would have mattered.
Yeah, it's not always a wrong read when a play gets stacked up. Sometimes they're just at the line of scrimmage. There's just too many bodies to maneuver.
And as a result, now they're looking at a 4th down. So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. The kick by Elliott is good, and the lead stretches. 16-3 now. So the lead extended. I think at this point you say, hey, defense, take us to the end.
Well, if I got some good music to put to that, I could have a good country hit. I like the way you expressed yourself there. I think the offense has done enough so far. But like you say, if your defense is only giving up 3 points, it makes it a lot easier to settle for field goals on this side of the ball.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort.
There he goes, left side. Antonio Gibson, and touchdown. Antonio Gibson with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Sentinels have cut it back within a score. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. I mean, 1 play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. From a yard or two deep, here comes the return. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right of the yard.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, second and a yard. They'll look to throw here. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Benjamin St-Juste. Now the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
On first and 10, it's Gibson. 84 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
On second down, here's Gibson again. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out that mentality of firing out and hitting people, try to get them started again occasionally.
Third and 2. Now they go play action with Howell. And this pass broken up. That's a that was not an easy one to hold on to.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
So here we go, fourth down. Howell working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. Fourth down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on fourth down situations as well.
Yep. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Antonio Gibson with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Sentinels have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now, 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on, and remember what I said. It's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
Of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
Yeah, my bad.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. ready at the line. This Philly offense set to go. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will finally be escorted out of bounds down inside the 35. A big play there for Philly. 44 yards on the ground. A wet track like this, I don't know if it helps anybody, but it probably helps the offensive player running the ball more than the defense.
And while they're doing that, there's also the matter of focus. Not letting the elements get in the way of still doing everything you're supposed to do. Although you do think to yourself, I've got to hold it a little bit tighter and be more careful with my footing.
He was careful, got a big run out of it. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd.
We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Eagles 16.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They'll set up a throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, and we're watching drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself.
And he's in. Touchdown. DeAndre Swift with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. But plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. They'll try to run with Swift. And he is going to get in. But there is a flag down. And this is in the area of holding. Elliott on for the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. With a play fake, and now here's Howell to throw it. Sliding out of the pocket, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Son Reddick picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. They're trying to get the defense to flow the other direction on the bootleg, but Charles, they were not fooled whatsoever.
I like your description there because on that flow, all you're trying to do is get them to take 1 step or 2 to the opposite side, and then you gain the advantage. But a really nice job by the defense. They didn't get caught up in it at all, able to bring him down.
This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A pretty good mark there. They needed 14. They got 14 on 3rd down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
A handoff running left is Gibson.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
On 1st down, right back to Gibson.
Gets around him, and they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. It's a pickup of 12. 2nd play in a row with a 12-yard gain. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41.
They'll go again with Gibson.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. In there to drop it for the loss, linebacker Nakobe Dean, an outstanding play. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss.
This time they'll throw it with Howell. Complete, it's Dodson.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. A give to Gibson running right.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you?
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Breaking ship.
In there to drive as that clock continues to run.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there. You see it not so fast to a good drive. He had marched to the end zone the last time out.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. Howell to throw.
And he'll be hit as he releases it.
They've got 1 chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
4th down, Howell, desperation time.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are.
They'll get this to about the 38.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Now a 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Hurts. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Smith. And even though he gets out of bounds to stop the clock, it's not going to matter. That first down going to be enough to write a finish to this one. And this defense, they needed that one more stop to have any chance, but that completion, that's likely going to seal their fate.
And you could hear it in your voice, that one more stop.
I feel their pain.
Oh, it was so important. They just didn't get it done. Wow, what a way to finish this one off.
The Eagles in the victory formation as they take a knee. And they take a knee. So Flying Eagles fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.